Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the SLO County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011119111.
Online at KZOZ.com. We got Robin hanging out, Woods Humane Society. Good morning, Robin.
Hi, sorry. I caught you on air.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody knew that.
You're right where you need to be.
Nobody knew that until you brought it up. So it's fine. It's fine. How's everything going, Robin?
Going pretty good. It's been a wild, busy couple weeks. We're always busy at Woods, but the last few weeks have been especially busy. Lots going on and lots of animals in need.
I mean, what is that like for you as opposed to how things are regular, not during catastrophe times? I mean, give us an idea.
Yeah, I mean, we've already kind of been at crisis level for the last couple of years, and we always have an extreme amount of partners that are begging and pleading every day for us to say yes to animals, make more room, make more space, take on more cases, medical cases, moms with puppies, special needs, just shelters that are at max capacity and having to euthanize adoptable animals. So that's our normal, regular, everyday. And we push as hard as we can. And then now trying to support the LA County shelters, it is just adding, more pressure and more push for us to get more animals adopted, to raise more money so we can say yes to these animals. So we've already made 2 trips down to LA County shelters and brought over 30 animals back to San Luis Obispo County. They are up for adoption. We have cats and dogs. We took down supplies. We are in communication with them every day to find out what we can do to help. So the main thing that they are asking is to help with their space. So if we can get more animals adopted, then we can continue to help with that space. So we've got lots of cats and dogs on our website. They are just so many sweet, cute animals ready for adoption. And then, of course, our pets of the week, we are also seeing so many puppies at Woods. We have already done multiple puppy adoptions this week. We have a litter of 7 that we're going to talk about for our pets of the week. And we have another litter of 10 coming in a few days that are going to hit the adoption floor. So puppies themselves have become a bit of a pandemic. Of course, they're so cute, cuddly. Who doesn't love a puppy? But when there are thousands being born without homes and in shelters, our pets of the week today is a litter of 7 puppies that were born in a shelter in a rural area with no resources, and mom was completely shutting down in the shelter. So we said yes. We brought mom and 7 puppies to our location. We've got them in foster, and now they are ready for adoption. So we've got the cutest, squishy, cuddliest puppies up for adoption today. And, I think some people still don't think we have a lot of puppies at shelters, and we get them all. We just had poodle puppies, terrier puppies, pitty puppies, lab puppies. We really do see it all at Woods, but we work really hard to get them adopted quickly because the shelter is no place for a little baby puppy.
Yeah, I would imagine that, with the experience in life, for the other dogs, I don't want to discourage people from getting adult dogs.
Yes.
I mean, you guys got a great promotion coming up for adult dogs next month. But, imagine if you were born into a situation and that's all that's not gonna bode well for a puppy.
Yeah, and luckily they have been in foster, and that's why we love our foster program, because they can socialize in a normal environment, get one-on-one attention. They only come back to the shelter for their spay and neuter surgery, for their vaccines, for their medical checkups. And then the day that they are released for adoption, we promote them. We put them on social media. We feature them for our pets of the week. And luckily, they usually do get adopted within a few days. But still, it just breaks our hearts walking by puppy kennels and they're like crying and begging for our attention. And then as you can imagine, when you have 10, 15 puppies in a pod of kennels, it is quite noisy, and they kind of disrupt some of the older dogs who are just trying to take a little nap, and then the puppies, are always playing and barking and doing their puppy thing. So 1 puppy, manageable. 20 puppies, not as manageable.
All right. Well, get over to Woods and check out all the puppies. And, and talk about why it's so important to adopt from Woods versus going to a breeder and getting a puppy.
Yeah, I mean, where do I begin? Of course, everybody has their breed preferences, and there are some situations where people really think that a dog from a breeder is the right fit for them. But listen, as long as people are making money off of breeding animals, they just overall, the majority, even though they present very well and there are some reputable breeders, the majority are not, and they do not take great care of the adult animals, and they just kind of use them for multiple litters, and when they're not of use of them anymore, they can be discarded. And we've talked before, I think mixed breed is the way to go. Sometimes that settles down some of those breed tendencies, some of the medical things that can be involved in full-bred animals, and honestly, highly adoptable, very desirable animals are being euthanized every day at shelters because there's just too many homeless animals. So we do not need to make money and breed more animals when millions are being euthanized still in our country. So really the best way to go is adopt. It's the best kind of love and really, really saving lives.
Yeah, I mean, it's borderline animal cruelty sometimes because people are just
really
in it for the money. I mean, you just see so many bad stories. It's terrible. But
and I know you're a bulldog lover, and you have a bull.
Yeah.
You have a bulldog.
Oh yeah, no, we
Frenchies and
vetted. Yeah.
Yeah, but Frenchies and bulldogs are
breeder,
some of the ones that are taken care of the worst. They are used for breeding. They make money off of them, and they just don't do well at having litters of puppies. The adults pretty much go through hell giving multiple bursts of litter. So, we all love all breeds of dogs, but I think mixes or shelters are the way to go. And you can find full-bred dogs in shelters. That is true as well.
Okay. Well, go to whatchumainesociety.org. Go to What's Humane Society on Facebook and Instagram. Stop by and see them in Slow and in Atascadero if you're looking for a new little cat. And and take home somebody so they can make some more room and add to your family. Great talking to you as always, Robin. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, there she goes. Yeah, our first dog we adopted, and I tell you, he was the most well-behaved dog we ever had, and he ended up dying, and so we got another dog from a breeder, and I love my dog, but he is definitely not the most well-behaved dog I've ever had, so far from it. He's getting there. He's just turned 7.
Whenever that breeder conversation comes up, it always reminds me of that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond when they find Chamsky. Chamsky's a bulldog. And they find Chamsky, and then they're like, okay, well, this is going to be our dog now. And then they go and get it fixed. And then the owner the owner comes back and is like, oh, you found my dog? And they're like, yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, she's like, oh, my baby. And then she goes, what happened to his voice? And he's like, oh, well, we took him in. They got him fixed. And she's like, well, I don't want him now.
Yeah.
Like,
He's worthless to me. And I was like, man, what a heartless woman.
Yeah,
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
Things we didn't get to in hashtag form with Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Hashtag Chopsticks is at it again. Yeah, the spaceship blew up sailing across the Atlantic, but the booster, that's a different story.
Ready burn. Seeing 13 engines.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster coming in. Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
Booster ready for shutdown. Never go ahead. Caught the booster.
Caught the booster. And it was so much more effortless this time when the booster came down. I mean, it looked like they'd been doing this thing. They look like they've been
You
doing.
heard it here. Beckzilla has.
Just like this.
It looked like they've been doing this thing for, 20 years. It was like, okay, engine's off. It has been secured, and there it is. And you heard the crowd do it. It was pretty crazy. Pretty cool stuff. The booster came down, but I don't know if you saw the pictures of I guess the what do they call those? The trail that follows anything that's flying through the sky. The rooster tail, is it chemtrail?
Yeah.
Is it, what is it?
I don't know. Kind of the jet wash?
The jet wash, yeah. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. See, I would have never made it in travel school. Come on. The jet wash, it blew up over the Caribbean.
Caribbean, right?
Yeah. And
I saw a video. It's pretty cool looking.
Oh, yeah. So cool. It looks like...
millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes, hundreds of millions of dollars into nothing right there. But still, pretty cool. And you know what's cool about it? It was private entity. It wasn't taxpayer dollars. So I'm okay with that. You want to go ahead and waste your money blowing up rockets, Elon? Go for it, as long as it's not using my money.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But, that was one of the test drives for one of the people ships, whatever you want to call that they're testing to get people to go into space.
Yeah, that was that was an important one. So back to the drawing board.
Yeah. I think I'll wait another 100 years. I'll wait.
Okay, this is not going to happen in our lifetime. I'm cool with it.
Hashtag Fire Aid Lineup. This is all down for Los Angeles, January 30th. Billie Eilish, who I still don't know what she does, but I know she just looks like some homely high school girl that sits on the couch all day with multiple color hair and baggy sweatshirts.
Real life Daria.
Watching TV. Yes. She's going to be there. Green Day, Gwen Stefani, your boy Jelly Roll with his face tattoos and all, going to be there. Katy Perry, going to be there. Lady Gaga, Pink, Sting, Stevie Nicks, and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Ooh, is that a good choice? Was that?
Well, you can't because of their name.
Did Biden make that pick? I mean, come on.
Stop. Anyways, a bunch of people are going to be there. Even the news is like, is this sure? Are we sure this is happening, or is this a joke? Yeah, no kidding. Actually, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, you get all three there, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyways, there's going to be a telethon. It's going to be on YouTube. You can donate to the rich to recover.
No, it's not all the rich. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Hashtag opportunist. Scott Unger.
Help out.
Scott Unger is one of the people that is displaced. Him and his wife have toured 10 homes for replacement rentals. They have a toddler, and they're staying in a short-term rental that was arranged by a family friend, but they can't stay in it for very long. They're looking for a longer-term option in the San Gabriel Valley. They were hoping to find a 3-bedroom house for around $4,000 a month, but might be forced to settle for a smaller apartment at a higher cost because now the rental market is booming in Los Angeles.
I'm sure it has been booming. It's so expensive to buy there.
Well, exactly. But now that so many people are displaced, it's crazy. There's a community of 12 newly built homes by Highland Park. Had 9 available units before the wildfires. By Monday, fully leased by this past Monday. And the rents range from $6,000 a month to
Range
from $6,000 a month to $7,500 a month.
Who can afford that? $6,000 a month. $6,000. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we're talking what, for an apartment?
No, this is for houses. 6,000 to 7,500. But
then I guess
it
if
was
you get enough
not
people
in very
together.
high demand prior to the wildfires because they had 9 empty units. All 9 had been leased by Monday.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see. Hashtag
for much more than they
gross.
were leased to the other 3.
What's grosser than gross? How about a chicken noodle soup flavored cough drop? Progresso is selling cough drops that taste like chicken noodle soup. I mean, I like chicken noodle soup a lot. I don't know if I want to suck on a piece of candy.
What is the active ingredient, or what do they call that? Is that what it's called? The effective ingredient or something like that?
Active ingredient is what you would probably put. I don't know. I like the Ricolas. I get the lemon.
Because it's got to have some kind of menthol type effect to it
Yes,
in
it's
order
got
to
to have something
soothe
to
the
help
throat.
soothe the throat or keep you from coughing.
I want to try one, though. I do want
They're
to
not
try
medicated in any way, it says. They're just called soup drops. So
it's
there you
just salt. It's basically a broth cube that you're sucking
go. Oh,
on.
you know what? Now you say it like that. I like salt. So you get 20 soup drops for $2.49 plus shipping. Let's see.
Oh man, I want to try this so bad, but I it's not like something I want to pay.
Get on
shipping,
Amazon.
Shipping
$2.50
costs for.
$1. It's only $1 for shipping. So it's $3.50. You can have 20 soup drops.
I don't want 20. I want to try one that you buy. You buy
No,
them.
what you do is you keep them in your car, and when your kids are like, "Hey, I need a cough drop," all right, here you go. They're like, "Oh, what is this?" Gross.
Don't like it.
The Ricola lemon mint, they really just taste like a lemon drop, like the candy. Oh,
Really?
so good, so good. And they make them sugar free, so you can eat as many as you want. Not worry about getting cavities.
KZOZ.
It's time to play Know the Show.
The more I think about your idea for a license plate, the more uses I can find for it. What does Jeremy want his personalized license plate to read? What does Jeremy want his personalized license plate to read? You've had a personalized license plate before, haven't you?
My first car when I was 16, my uncle bought me a license plate that had Jay West on it.
Cool.
And then that was I don't know, once I got rid of that vehicle, I didn't want to pay for a personalized license plate, so I just have a regular.
Have you seen? Oh, you probably have.
You know, I did say license plate, but then I said more like a T-shirt or a hat because I wouldn't drive around with this license plate. It would just be asking for trouble.
But if you take the Jim Carrey approach to it, it wouldn't be, right?
Yeah, that's true. Right? First in, this is Kyle.
Kyle,
Hey.
what does Jeremy want on his personalized license plate? What does he want to read?
Bottle to throttle.
Bottle to throttle is correct.
Are you in?
That's a bad idea.
Oh,
Kyle, are you in?
Yeah.
You going to do it with
yeah,
me?
I got 3 excuses not to.
Okay, go for it, please.
DUI 1, DUI 2, and DUI 3.
Kyle, I don't think you should get that license plate.
That's not.
How would you do that? BTL 2, the number 2, and then THRTL? That's too many. You can only do 7. Have you guys seen the new digitized license plates? Yeah, there's a company.
The digital one through the DMV.
Yeah, it's the strangest thing. And so it looks like just a regular license plate with a like a plastic cover on it, but then when you get up closer and look at it, it's actual pixels on the license plate. And we were sitting in at the Chick-fil-A, they branch off into 2 lanes at the drive-through at a Chick-fil-A. Kind of like In-N-Out does. I know there's not a lot of Chick-fil-A's in this area. And we were up in North State at a Chick-fil-A, and this guy had one on a Tesla. And I guess you can submit like different sayings to change on the bottom of it. And we were behind one initially, and it was a Tesla, and it said "Born to Shop" on the bottom of it. I was like, I got to see what this person looks like because there's a digital license plate, and I want to see if this person looks like. It was a dude looked like a gamer that lived in his basement, making YouTube content all the time. And I was like, but that's not what I expected. And I look over and I made eye contact with him. I start laughing, and then this guy was like looking at me like, "What the hell are you laughing at, jackass?" I'm like, "Well, it's your license. I want to say your license plate frame. I didn't expect it to say "Born to Shop."
My new thing is bottle the throttle is not going to work on the license plate, but it will work for my new race team, Bottle the Throttle Racing. You see all those shirts all the time, Bottle the Throttle Race Team?
I don't see those shirts.
Race.
Oh, but
well.
you're saying that's your going to be your brand?
Let's see. Yeah, Kyle the Complainer writes in. He says, I want to make my plate weed for speed. That seems like an oxymoron, but... Or road guy.
Weed for speed. That is classy.
All right. Well, Kyle, we got some tickets for you guys to go check out Chicago at Vina Robles. All right. 2564, Saturday in the park. It's all going to be happening with you. September 9th. Grab your tickets. Go to kzoz.com to link up. 10 o'clock is when they go on sale here in less than 7 minutes. So that's it, man. It's time for the weekend. You gonna weed for speed this weekend? Or
if by weeding for speed you mean actually pulling weeds, yes, I will be doing some of that.
You do it how you do it, bro. I'll do it how I do it. And I'll see you on Monday. Kurt Olson's up
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the SLO County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111 911.